Hey there, and welcome to another season of Smile Drops, your pocket-sized pause button in the middle of life's chaos. Think of this as your unofficial permission slip to exhale. Giggle at the weirdness of being human, and maybe learn something you'll bring up at brunch later. No stress, no saga, just a little spark for your smile. Hey friends, today's Smile Drop is extra special because I'm sharing an episode from someone I truly adore, my new friend and fellow podcaster, Lisa Zerwotny, host of the Positively Living podcast. Lisa and I connected through podcasting, but it feels like we've known each other since high school band. She's one of those people who just gets you. Someone who loves making others smile and has walked through enough tough times to help you through yours. And that's exactly why I chose her for today. Lisa rebuilt her life after years of caregiving, chaos, clutter, mom guilt, and burnout. She knows what survival mode really looks like and what it takes to climb out of it. Her mission now? Helping people simplify, breathe again, and create space for what truly matters. As we head towards the new year, her episode on decluttering couldn't be more timely. And she's not just talking about closets. She's talking about clearing the emotional piles too, the mental clutter, the I should stacks that we drag around with us. Lisa has this way of reminding you that decluttering isn't about perfection. It's about peace. And you deserve more of that heading into a fresh year. Let's jump in. Here's Lisa.
As we approach the end of the year, I encourage reflection, celebration, and preparation so you can step into the new calendar year confidently. Today, we'll cover 4 specific things you can do to set yourself up for success in the new year. You're listening to the Positively Living podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Zerwotny, founder of Positively Productive Systems, and a productivity coach certified in positive psychology and stress management. Join me as we explore ways to live a more proactive, positive life with episodes on productivity, self-awareness, mindset, entrepreneur life, habits and systems, simplicity, fun, and more. I understand overwhelm personally as a multi-passionate entrepreneur, wife and mom to kids and cats, and as a caregiver. I'm here to help you choose what's right for you so you can do less, live more, and breathe easier. Sound good? Let's get to it. Welcome to the Positively Living podcast. I'm your host, Lisa, and as I record this episode, another year is about to come to a close. Those of you who know me know I'm a questioner and tend to ignore the fabricated reset of the new year that everyone makes such a fuss about. Like how you need to have your resolutions in place and start a new habit on January 1st only, lest it all be for naught. I've been on a soapbox about that for quite some time, but in fairness, there is something about having a fresh start, and we live in a society where there are deadlines related to the calendar year, so we need to play by those rules too. As we approach the end of the year, I encourage reflection, celebration, and preparation so you can step into the new calendar year confidently. Today, we'll cover 4 specific things you can do to set yourself up for success in the new year. 2 are strategic and 2 are specific, but I believe they're all important. Let's start with the strategic. Number 1, reflect on where you've been. Reflection is a powerful tool for growth and self-awareness. It's also a chance to celebrate what you've achieved, which I think we do far too little of. I love the saying, it's either a win or a learn. And I think in both cases, it can be a learn. The best way to learn, though, is by pausing for a moment and reflecting on what's happened. So you want to do that for this past year. And why do you need to do that before the new year starts? Mostly because by the time January kicks in, you'll be so distracted by all the newness around you, it'll be way too easy to skip this step. So you need to have a deadline built in. How many times have you taken notes only to never review them again? Yeah, I know. I'm calling out myself on that one. How about journaled but never actually reread what you wrote? Exactly. Now is the time to look back just a bit before you forge ahead. You can take stock of things, celebrate, and even practice gratitude, and use what you've learned to inform your future choices. How do you do this? Schedule some time before year end to look back at the past year, both personally and professionally. What were your biggest accomplishments? What challenges did you overcome? What lessons did you learn? What stands out as most exciting to you? What are you proud of? What seemed like a good idea at the time? What would you do differently? There's lots of ways you can ask yourself these questions, but mostly it's about taking a moment to think about everything that happened, which again, we so rarely do because we're paying so much attention to what's next, and that's a normal thing for our brains to do. You want to take this time to look at past journal entries and to look at photos. Even going through your photo gallery can be a fantastic way to see where you've been. Consider journaling about these experiences or even creating a visual representation, a collage of some kind maybe, or a timeline. It could almost be like a past vision board. And if you do have a vision board that you did, this would be a great time to compare your experiences with that. This process of reflection can help you gain valuable insights, celebrate your successes, and identify areas for improvement or just a shift in direction. Make sure you stay curious, though. Leave the judgment out of it. This is not a time to focus on what you didn't accomplish, though if you did miss something important, it is an opportunity to prioritize that going forward. If you love this idea but would like some guidance, you might want to check out episode 136 on why reflecting works better than resolutions, and episode 172 on how the simple act of pausing can make you more productive. The second thing you want to do before year ends is plan where you want to go next year. Now that you've taken time to reflect and appreciate this past year, it's time to look forward. There are different rules of thumb on how detailed you must be in your planning, and it depends on whether you're talking about personal or professional planning, but overall, it's wise to set some kind of direction. Challenging yourself is how you'll grow, and planning and setting goals and intentions is how you'll better assess your actions and ensure that they are in alignment. You can only course correct a path that you've mapped out. You can do this in a detailed way or general way. I've talked about choosing a word of the year, for example, which we just talked about last week. And that can be a wonderful way to set an intention, but gives you lots of flexibility, lots of leeway. Ask yourself, what are your goals and aspirations going forward for the new year and even beyond? What would you like to achieve? And perhaps, most importantly, what kind of person do you want to be? Where do you want to focus your energy and attention? What matters? Whether it's advancing your career or deepening your relationships or pursuing some kind of personal passion. Having a clear vision for your future can provide you with the motivation and direction you need to stay on track and to achieve those goals, those dreams. If you'd like to dig into this topic a bit more, you'll want to check out episode 82 on the planning mindset that you need, episode 160 on seasonal planning for neurodiverse entrepreneurs, episode 187 on figuring out your planning style, and last week's episode again was on choosing a word of the year, and that also references episodes on reflecting and creating a vision board that works. The third thing you'll need to do before year end is check your finances and spend what you'll lose. And even just set a budget. Switching from strategic to specific now, we're going to get real practical here. The end of the year is a crucial time to review your finances, especially when it comes to healthcare and business expenses. Many healthcare plans have flexible spending accounts called FSAs or health savings accounts, HSAs, and they may have like a use it or lose it kind of fund approach. So you want to make sure, what do you still need to purchase or plan so that you don't lose those benefits? And many companies use this time of year as an open enrollment time, a time where you can change plans or change contributions. So you want to look out for that. You want to take time to assess your remaining balances and consider what funds are eligible for expenses that you need to do now. This could be doctor's visits, prescriptions, maybe that you could order ahead. You'd have to check with your doctor, your insurance company. It could be things like getting glasses to have a second pair, even if you don't technically need them, or purchasing some kind of health-related equipment for your home, which could also double as a holiday gift. For business owners, this is also a great time to review your budget and your spending, because for most businesses, especially entrepreneurs, you're likely on a calendar year cycle. So are there outstanding invoices to be paid on your part, or ones that are coming up that you could pay now? Are there unused subscriptions or services that you could cancel? And it'd be great to do that now so you don't bring them into the new year with you. Do you have purchases that you'd like to make by year end so those expenses can be applied to this calendar year? I do that a lot as an entrepreneur, and I often have clients who purchase packages with me in December. It's one of my busiest months, though we often only schedule the coaching in January. So please note, I'm not a qualified financial expert, so don't take this as expert advice, but these are the things that you want to ask your experts about, the things that you'll want to think about as you make choices before year end. These are things I've experienced as an entrepreneur and I've done myself, so I want to recommend them at least as something to consider. I also want to take a brief moment here to acknowledge something else about this topic, and I've experienced it in the past too. Looking at your finances can be challenging, so it's easy to be the ostrich, put your head in the sand, and maybe if we just ignore them, they'll go away, right? Sometimes it's hard to be honest and real about those numbers. It can be scary, especially when we're in a challenging economic time. So we need to be real with our budgets all the more. And as hard as the Band-Aid may be, when you rip it off, I promise you it's worth it. By taking stock of your finances now, you can avoid leaving money on the table, and you can start the new year with a very clear financial picture. And that confidence in knowing what you're dealing with is going to change the game for you in terms of the action you take. Now, if you'd like a bit more support in this area, I highly recommend episode 98 on the 3 numbers you need to know for your business. And you may also appreciate an episode from the very first season of the podcast, episode number 9, about motherhood and money. That's a great mindset episode about what a stressor it can be, and I think you'll find it very encouraging. All right, we are on to number 4, the 4th thing we need to do before year end. And if you know me, this is probably not going to come as a shock. You need to declutter your space. I'm a big believer in the power of decluttering our whole lives. It's something I talk about constantly. This time of year is often known for physical decluttering because the holiday lends itself to that, and I love that. We often review decorations as we're pulling them out and find options to clear out as we make room for new gifts as well. That's a great excuse for doing this. Making space for what's coming in is absolutely essential. But there are even more reasons to love a good clean out. Clearing out physical clutter can have a profound impact on our environment and, as such, our mental and emotional well-being. It creates space for new things. It opens the way for new energy, new ideas, and new possibilities. And it simply makes us more productive. As we approach the new year, take some time to declutter your home, your workspace, even your digital workspace. Whatever you have time for will make a big difference. Donate and discard items you no longer use. Organize your files and paperwork to make it that much easier to find what you need in the new year. Unsubscribe to unwanted emails and subscriptions. Take this time to look around with fresh eyes and consider what's actually clutter to you that you've just gotten used to. And as Peter Walsh says, clutter isn't just the stuff on the floor. It's anything blocking you from the life you want to be living. So no, that doesn't necessarily mean all the books you have, but you do want to be real about it. When you look around your space, What is getting in your way? What feels like too much? Use that as a guideline and use this as an opportunity to release that. So again, you don't take it into the new year with you. As you go about prepping for celebrations, use this as an opportunity to remove what's unused and broken. As you cook and bake, clear out your pantry and only keep what's fresh, as your budget permits, of course. But I promise you, when it comes to baking, you definitely want to get new baking powder and baking soda. Ask me how I know. By creating a sense of order and clarity in your physical environment, by removing the excess to allow for space, for breathing room, you'll be better prepared to welcome the new year. And yes, I have tons of episodes that can support you in this particular quest. You'll want to go to the podcast page of the positivelyproductive.com website and click on the Declutter playlist. Before I close this episode, I'd like to take a minute of reflection for myself and reflect with you on the fact that we are here at episode 240 episodes of the podcast. I am so grateful. I am feeling like this is all a bit surreal, and I have loved our time together, and I have no plans on stopping it. So if you're new here, I love that you've chosen to join me now, and I look forward to our future time together, and also encourage you to go to the podcast page and check out the playlists so you can at least catch up on the episode topics that are of real interest to you. And if you've been with me for a while and you've been listening regularly to the episodes, it's hard to put into words how very grateful I am that you're here, that you're listening, that you continue to support the podcast. And I'm excited to keep coaching and encouraging. And as we move forward, before the new year begins, if you could do me a favor and go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review for the podcast if you haven't yet, or go to Spotify and leave a rating, or even just message me and let me know what the podcast has meant, your takeaways, what you'd like to hear. I would love that. That would be a wonderful holiday gift. Okay. It's time to take action. Please remember that by taking the time to do these things we talked about today, reflect on your journey, plan for the future, check those finances, and declutter your space, you'll be setting yourself up for a successful and fulfilling new year. And even if you do just a little bit in each category, the return on investment will be significant. After all, this is a process, not a one-time event. You'll be doing this again this time next year, and you'll be able to celebrate the work you did now. Lastly, as you pause, reflect, and reset, please be gentle with yourself. Celebrate your progress and embrace the possibilities that lie ahead for you. And don't hesitate to connect with me if you'd like some accountability and guidance as you do this. You can definitely start this process yourself, but if it feels like too much, that's why I'm here. We could do a high-level review together in one coaching session. I welcome you to message me with questions about this, or head right to the coaching page of the positivelyproductive.com website if you'd like to see package options.
And that's today's Smile Drop. I hope Lisa's words gave you a little breathing room, a little clarity, and maybe even the nudge you need to clear some space, inside or out, before the new year rolls in. If you want more of Lisa's wisdom, and trust me, you do, I'll have all of her links in the show notes and on my website, changehappenedpodcast.com. Now, go follow her, binge her episodes, and let her be that gentle, supportive voice reminding you that you don't have to do life the hard way. Thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up for yourself. And as always, keep smiling. If this smile drop made your day 3% better, you're legally obligated, okay, not really, to visit changehappenedpodcast.com. There you'll find more stories, bloggish brainwaves, and ways to support this joyful little circus I call a podcast. Leave a review, share it with a friend, or just whisper to your dog that you liked it. Honestly, I'll count that as a win. This episode was created, edited, and engineered by yours truly, Heather Holt, with minor supervision from my emotional support dogs, Waylon and Dalton. Until next time, keep it weird, keep it kind, and keep smiling.
In the morning light I greet the day with a heart full of hope, come what may. Through the highs and lows I'll find my way. In the rhythm of life I'll dance and sway. With every step I'll rise and shine. In this beautiful journey I'll make life mine.